Yay Media Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Perfect Pair Podcast. Rock TZ is who I be.
Let me say my part. Dang. And I'm Crystal. Rock T's better half. I was about to say Rock T.
We would have had a problem if you just said Rock T.
Babe, oh my God. Stop. Don't be like that.
Hey, man, thank you guys for continuing to tell a friend to tune in each and every week. Mm-hmm. Go follow, subscribe, download, all that good stuff. Let's continue to build this podcast because the more listeners, the more viewers, the more followers, the more subscribers, we can keep on doing what we're doing. Y'all keep hearing this woman talk.
Well, at least somebody want to hear me talk.
I'm trying to tell you.
Thanks,
so,
guys.
what we going to be talking about today?
Rocky.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says, Hwamin.
The fact that I was getting ready to talk and you interrupted my flow. Okay. What I want to talk about is this. He knew what he was doing.
Why you got to why you got to say it so hard? Like,
What?
he knew he would do it.
Because he did.
All right, so that's the title this week.
Yes, and most men know what they doing.
Okay. All right, so that's the title of this week's episode.
Most men know what they doing. Same for women.
I was about to say, hold on now. I was about to say, see, y'all just perfected the doggone game.
Right. Y'all don't hate the player, hate the game.
We still trying to figure things out. Y'all perfected it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
We finna get into this. Let's go.
Just because we better than y'all at the game.
Let's get it popping right now.
I'm just saying. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I got to read my notes or whatever.
Go ahead. Set it all up.
Okay, so this lady has been married. She met her husband when she had broke her arm, and she needed help with her insurance, and that was his job at the time, was helping people with insurance, telling them what they can and can't do, and all this other stuff, right? Okay. So after they met, she started telling him, he was like, she won't be able to drive because she's right hand dominant, and that's the arm she broke. So things are coming like, I need help, need assistance. So her a dude at the time, which is her husband now, said, he offered, like, let me bring you something to eat.
Okay.
Let me, pick up your meds for you, drop them off, this is and that. Right.
Being a gentleman.
They dated for 2 years. I know it seems like I'm jumping kind of fast, but I just got to get through this part. Okay, so they dated for 2 years, and then they got married last summer.
Okay.
Okay, so now they married. Since they've been married, shit has gone downhill. And not last summer, this past summer.
Okay.
Meaning.
So they still newlyweds.
Okay. I just want to make sure you got that part.
All right.
Because this is some months ago.
Right.
And ever since then, stuff has been going downhill.
Okay.
Okay. He lost his job because he kept missing work. His reasoning for missing work is because he has all this pain from an old football injury that he's had. Okay?
Okay.
So, and listen, I'm being serious. I was listening to this with an open mind, like trying to be, I'm always listening to stuff with an open mind. And I always pay attention to what you say and what you don't say.
Right.
I just need y'all to understand this, why I do what I do when I'm listening. So, okay, back to it. He lost his job because of an old football injury. Now, she is taking over as the breadwinner. She's being the nurse, the caregiver, and now a babysitter to his 2 5-year-old twin daughters.
Okay.
You see how all this is coming about?
Come on.
Because this is how she told me the story.
Okay, all right. So
and now my eyes is like,
he becoming a manny. He becoming a manny.
no, he ain't.
He's becoming a manny, but keep going. So far,
What's a manny is like a nanny,
It's like
right?
a nanny, but a man.
But she taking care of the twin daughters.
He's at home. Oh, so he's just at home.
Did you hear what I said?
Okay,
she is the breadwinner.
Right.
She is a nurse.
Okay.
And she's babysitting his twin daughters.
Oh, so these ain't kids they had together.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
His.
Okay.
She feels like she has been hoodwinked. At this point, I kind of started nodding. Didn't want to nod at the time, but I did start nodding. She feels like she's been hoodwinked, played, and her husband has all of these problems. She's claimed during that 2 year of them dating, she had no clue 2 years of dating a man. You had no clue this man, I'm about to get ready for it, was working part-time.
She said she had no clue.
Had no clue. First of all, the fact that that's the only thing that you saying in this thing, but okay, I'm gonna let you respond and I'm gonna respond.
Come on.
Because I'm ready to hear what you gotta say. For 2 years, she had not known that this man has been working part-time. He always had something new wrong with him as well. She didn't understand why something's always wrong with him. So she decided to take him to a doctor because that she knows really well, and they also, because she knew what she was doing at this point, they also have like a psych doctor there,
Okay.
a psychologist that was in there, because she wanted him to get some for real help, because
Some
she needed to
therapy.
understand, because she was really talking to me as she was really concerned.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So she was like, I'm concerned. As soon as she took him to the building, he started acting funny and started seeing right through it, talking about, I see what you trying to do. You trying to act like you don't believe what I'm doing and what's going on with me. And he was like, I have health problems, and the fact that you don't believe me is messed up. And he was like, I was there for you in need, and now that I need you, now you ain't trying to be there for me.
Changing the narrative.
Okay.
Yeah.
That part.
Flipping that narrative around a little bit.
And so she told him, he was like, I feel like you don't believe I'm her. And she was like, you know what? I don't know what to believe is what she told him.
Okay. Being
Which-
honest.
Right. As she should. She said, as she feels like, she told him, I feel like you making up illness and stuff so you don't have to work. Now his unemployment has ran out. Do they do unemployment for part-time jobs?
I think it's some kind of, what you call it? Well, no, it's some kind of, no, because if you're working,
That's where I kind of got
amount,
confused.
maybe it's a certain amount of hours. If you stay with under a certain amount of hours, you still can claim. If you're working temporary jobs, maybe you still can claim a certain amount. I don't know how that.
I know. I've never done that. So that's why I was just wondering how
Right.
that process was. But anyway, so now that his unemployment is running out, she feels like that she knows for a fact that he's not faking because he still want to have sex all the time.
Okay.
So obviously the injuries he talking about that's hurting
Ain't real.
It can't be real because how you having sex?
Right.
And she don't put two and two together right there.
Right,
This
right.
is what gets me about women too. Okay, I'll get into that in a second. So now she's like, he's really becoming a turnoff to her. She don't want to have sex. She don't really want to do nothing or whatever. And she was like, and she kind of feels bad to feeling like that because unless he can prove to her something is wrong with her.
Did they ever make it into the hospital, the doctor, or whatever?
They never, not into that doctor's office.
Because he was getting scared. He was getting nervous.
Because he made a whole big fight. And they didn't even get to go into the doctor's office.
All right.
So, wait, nuh-uh.
Okay, go ahead and finish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she really wants to know, is she wrong for feeling like something may not be wrong with him? Is she really not trying to be, should she be there for him in his time of need the way he was there for her in her time of need? And should she continue to fight for this marriage or go on about her business? Go ahead, Rocky.
Well, let me clear my throat.
Okay, quit playing, because I'm ready. I am so ready.
So from the information that I just heard, this is how I can base my opinion. Only off of what.
Babe, quit.
I know.
I'm telling you the information she told me,
Absolutely.
and that's enough information.
Because I'm sure if he came in here, it'd be a whole nother version of the story. But we're going off of this information. So,
Man.
homie.
First of all, I need fellas to send me some letters in too, so I can help y'all out.
Man.
We might hear some different stories, but I doubt it.
So the dude obviously got something up his sleeve. He obviously playing some kind of game. He being lazy. Because if you have an opportunity to prove to your wife that you are going through pain and you have these injuries, one, you should have some kind of record of
part.
the injuries, because you obviously should have been having been going to a doctor anyways. And if that hasn't been the case, and let's say the injuries got worse, now it's time. Let's go see a physician. Let's go see a pain specialist. Let's go
Yep.
see somebody, because if your back hurt or your knee hurt or your neck hurt, whatever this pain is, and your wife, regardless if she's trying to play a game or not, she just want to get to the bottom of this. Hey, if you in this much pain and it's causing this much turmoil in our home, let's go get you healthy. So let's go
Right.
to the doctor and find out what what kind of solutions can we have for
Because
this?
it's simple. And the reason why I'm saying it is that simple because I have done it.
Absolutely. So
For myself.
He shouldn't. He got into his feelings because he about to get caught in his lie.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, let me tell you something, man. You a grown ass man.
Go tell him again.
And if you really are the man that you should be for your wife, for your kids, for your family,
That
even if you are in pain, let's say you telling the truth. Even if you are in pain, you gonna still sacrifice, do whatever you possibly can to keep food on the table, clothes on your back with your family, all the bills paid, working with your mate, your wife, who's willing to help because she already proved it. And if you don't want to work, just be honest and say, honey, I don't want to work no more. Or I want to start my own business. What is he doing? If she's doing everything, is he playing video games all day long?
he hurt and sitting there.
Is he trying to start a new business? See, I need more information. Is he trying to be an entrepreneur? Like, because that could shift the conversation a little bit. Like, hey, my current job that I had, here we go, because this is you.
Okay.
You did makeup for a living.
Right.
You still do. But when you was like really going hard and you was working at the store,
Right.
your back, you couldn't stand long.
I couldn't.
Because your back would start bothering you because
It
you got back
was.
pain.
I do.
And
I
that's
have-
what motivated you to say, you know what, I'm gonna start my own makeup business and I'm gonna start doing my thing. And that's what took your business off. But you could no longer work at that job full time because you couldn't stand for 8 hours a day.
Right.
Okay? So if he had one of those jobs that say, hey man, I can't do this particular job, okay. One, find if you can get another position in the company. Or two, get another job that doesn't put so much stress on your pain, whatever your pain is. If this is true, I'm just giving you some options.
No,
And
you so sweet.
3 is, you know what? I'm tired of working for other people. I want to start my own business and I want to be an entrepreneur. Hey, wifey, you got a good career going on. You're making good enough money that you can still cover the bills while I do this side business over here. You got to be real and talk to your mate about that. But obviously,
right.
this whole situation is not that. He just want to be lazy.
I did it. Okay.
But I just gave you the blueprint on how to do this.
You did. And most men, even when they're injured and they have young kids, they still do whatever they can.
See, that's what I thought was happening. I thought this was going, okay, I can't, my pain is not allowing me to work, but I'll hold down the house while wifey go work. I'll be the manny. I'll be the babysitter.
Right.
I'll do all
No,
I'll
when
do the cooking. I'll do all that stuff while my wife is holding down the financials until I can figure out what's the next move for me.
Exactly. And you know, Rocky always want to be sweet and good and politically correct. And you so nice for that. But this is some dumbass shit. Let's just say what it is.
Hey, man.
It is. This is some dumbass shit, and this is a man trying to play you. And men know how to use those words to play you. They all know how to use these words
True.
to play you.
True.
I just got my first question for you, woman. While dating for 2 years, not one, but 2 years, you had no idea this man worked part-time? Like, you have to know within that 2 years this man worked part-time, because a part-time job means they work 4 hours, 6 to 4 hours, right?
Yeah, about 4 to 5 hours.
I don't even think you can work 6 hours, but you might can work 6 hours, but 6 to 4 hours. You got a full-time job. And you know every time you call him, he pick up and he's never busy.
Well, maybe he worked.
No.
No, wait a minute.
Okay, please
You
tell me.
can have a job.
Yeah.
There's jobs out there where you got freedom that you ain't doing a whole bunch of work and you just. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because the reason why I'm looking at you like that, because what you would say too, what you would say if you at work and you got the freedom to answer your phone. Hey, what you doing? Oh, just chilling at work.
Maybe you're a
Right?
supervisor.
Right, because you're at work though.
Right.
But you're gonna say, I'm just at work.
Oh, so he wasn't even saying that. He was.
I just want to know how you not. I don't know if he said it or not. All she stated is
Honestly,
that
he was saying it because she thought he had a full-time job.
also, and I'm not trying to be funny.
Right.
I am not trying to be funny at this point. If a man is working part-time, that means that's part-time money.
Right. Unless it's a good part-time
Rocky,
gig.
miss me with that bullshit. Which one?
UPS, FedEx,
Right, but
Amazon.
Listen.
You can go to
here.
get part-time gigs at those places. They paying $25.
You're right, but
$28 an hour.
Okay, right.
Okay.
But it's still part-time, and there's only so much you can do with part-time money. And with him living on his own, not trying to be funny,
Right.
you have a part-time place.
Right.
Not trying to be funny. And this is me just paying attention to shit. And I need women to pay attention to shit. And if you ain't been over there, it's suspect. All kinds
So
of questions and clues and shit should have went. No, this is what I said.
So she ain't been over his house?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know. Because during the 2 years, that's all she said. 2 years, I didn't know he was.
Okay.
I don't understand how you don't know for 2 years this man is part-time, because his place is going to be part-time. His car going to be part-time. And I'm just being honest. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I'm using my context clues, because he worked at an insurance company trying to help her with her insurance.
Right.
So if he's working there part-time, guess what? Because he had to been part-time at that time. Let me explain why I say he had to be part-time at this time, and it just came to me right now. How is this fool going to sit up here and tell her he can go pick up her meds and take her food whenever she needs it?
While he working.
Okay? Think about it. I'm sorry, I done tore up the dang mic. But think about that shit.
And you're right. You're right.
Think about that.
So
So he was part-time when you met his ass.
right. But she didn't. Well, so,
You had no idea, but I get it. You had no idea.
So
Because
what
why
did she
when you
think?
first dating, I wouldn't say that. But my thing is, everything about this man in this situation say part-time.
hold on now.
His outfit's part-time.
Hold on now. Because when you was working, when we met, didn't I come bring you fun little lunches?
First of all, no, sir. You still had a job and you were hustling. You were doing some work.
Right. But I still found time to come to your job,
Right.
whether it was taking you out to lunch or bringing you some lunch.
Right.
Right.
You chose to find time to do that. But also, when I called you, or if I had to hit you up for certain things, you're like, oh, I got to do this gig. I got to do this. I gotta host this. Or
Right.
I have to go be a here. I'm on the morning show.
He never said none of that.
He couldn't have. Because he was always available. Part-time.
He was the real Jody from Baby Boy.
No, I'm just, okay. Okay, and probably started driving a car. Time I could just drive you over here since you can't drive. And he may not have done that, but the point I'm making is, all of these are like hints. Like, dang, you got a whole bunch of time. Do you work for yourself? Are you the boss? But like, how does this work? Like,
So she never asked questions?
You must not have, because she said she didn't know until now.
I don't understand how, you're right, baby. I'm with you on this part.
Okay.
2 years of dating somebody, and you start it takes you 2 years to understand or not understand if your mate is working and what they're doing for a career. I mean, you're right.
She must have found out right before they got married and just said, you know what, it's okay, we're going to work through this and get married. And realized after they said I do and after that honeymoon,
he checked out.
I done messed up.
He said, shoot, I got cha-ching. I got an independent woman that's making some bread.
And I feel like she was hoodwinked. So the next thing I got a whole issue with is what she said in this letter, that she feel like when he was trying to change the narrative on her, saying, I was there for you and now you can't be there for me in time of need. I have a problem with the in time of need. Because in my personal opinion and my personal experience, when you are there for someone in time of need, it's something that when they need you most, like without a doubt that you got to be there, be that backbone, hold them down, hold down the fort, as we would say, right? Mm-hmm. That's when you do that part. To me, what he was doing at this very moment, because he works for an insurance company, I'm just saying, maybe I could be crazy or I just think too much into shit. He knew when he was helping you with your insurance how much money you was making and where you were working.
Yep, guilty.
He knows that now. So you also look good probably
Guilty.
to him, and you fine. So for him to get in good with you, what should he suggest to do? Hey, I can bring you food. And I can even pick up your meds. That fool was hitting on you. He was not, I'm going to repeat, helping you in your time of need. The reason why I say that, because you didn't ask that man to do that for you. Why? Because you knew you had a group of people over here that could help you pick up your meds and your food. Or you were going to figure out a way yourself by Uber eating or DoorDashing. And guess what? DoorDash and Uber Eats, I think both deliver medicines too.
But hold on, babe. Hold on now. Hold on. Look.
No. The point I'm making here is what his whole intention, meaning the title of this thing, he knew what he was doing.
Right.
Meaning when he already looked at her insurance thing, he already knew this woman was making money. She was looking good too. He knew if he started saying the right things and doing the right things, he was going to nail this woman.
Okay.
He was hitting on her. He was not trying to be there for her in her worst, like in her time of need and trying to really need someone. Because at that moment, if he wouldn't have done it, guess who would have did it? Somebody else that she knew.
Now, look, okay, now, time out.
Okay, please give me a timeout.
Now,
I'll
I'm not
take it.
disagreeing with nothing that you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even coming to take his side.
Right.
But what I am saying is, if a man sees an attractive woman
Yeah.
and he wants to try to get her number, try to learn her, try to
Right.
start dating her, whatever,
Right.
just like a woman can do the same thing. I ain't got a problem with him trying to do everything he possibly can to win her over.
Right.
Whether it's going out on a date,
So
whatever.
guess what you just said?
What?
To win her over. So guess what you're doing? Hitting on her pretty much.
Yeah. No, I don't have no problem with
You're
that.
courting her. Right.
No problem with that.
There's no problem with that.
Right.
You're saying exactly what I'm saying. Baby, he wasn't trying to be there in your time of need. He was hitting on you.
Yeah,
He
so
was trying to get with you.
Period.
He knew what he was doing. That's the point I'm
But-
making.
but wait a
the
minute.
reason why I say he's trying to change the narrative on her, because when she took him to that doctor about to find out the real truth, there ain't nothing wrong with his raggedy ass. When she said that shit,
right.
when he said that shit to her, that's the point I'm trying to get her to understand. No, ma'am, you not dissing him in his time of need, and he wasn't there for you in your time of need. Because the point I'm making at that point, he didn't have to be that person to do that for her. He was making a kind gesture. Why? Because he was hitting on her.
True.
Because she could have found somebody else that she knew that would have did the same thing or DoorDash that shit to herself. But there's nothing wrong with hitting on her. The problem I have is the fact that this man is trying to make it seem like he was there in her really worst time of need and she
I'm
needed
with you
him.
on that. I'm with you on that. But I'm trying.
That's the only point I'm making.
But there's a piece that you forgetting about.
What?
Why you gotta say it like that, man?
Because I know it's about to be some BS that I don't agree with.
Obviously, she was physically attracted to him too.
Right.
As he was trying to holler at her, she was like, "Oh, he cute, he handsome, I like his style, whatever." And she was obviously liking him too.
Right.
Now, I'm the reason why I'm saying all this little extra stuff,
Please.
because it sometimes it takes two to kind of tangle. Like, ain't no sometimes it does take two to tangle.
Right.
So she did her part of falling for his whatever, if you want to call it, game, call it his flattery, whatever you want to call it. She fell for it. It worked. She liked everything that he was doing, saying.
She said she was hoodwinked.
Okay, but you know,
Meaning she's wondering if she's been hoodwinked or should she try to fight for this marriage. What I'm getting to is you've been hoodwinked. He knew.
Now,
That's the point of the story is he knew what he was doing.
Right.
He knew. So her, of course, she's thinking like, oh, okay, two people that like each other. He's selling her a dream. That's like you telling me something that you really not.
right.
You telling me I'm this big DJ jock, this and that, I'm on this morning show, this and that, and you really just picking up trash for the morning show. You ain't really on the morning show.
Right, but I'm in the building.
You hoodwinked me to think you was really part of this.
I see the
and
point.
because the morning show tells you, yo, you a part of the team.
Right.
No.
But I am.
You come in here and get the trash for the morning show and you leave and they let you stay in there sometimes.
What if I told you that's what I did for 20 plus years in radio?
What?
I'm really not.
We wouldn't be here today doing
Why?
this Perfect Pair podcast.
Why?
Because you lied.
I'm still earning a living. I'm
That's
bringing home.
Because you lying. And then you lying talking about you hurt and why you can't work.
Why
and
you
then you
say I
doing
was-
all that stuff.
Why I ain't
you
gonna go
damn
that far.
right. We wouldn't be right here at all. And you lying. And this is another thing. When y'all start lying, when y'all start lying, women too, y'all start lying about shit like this at the very beginning. It's just so hard to upkeep it. When they find out the real truth, y'all be mad because now people don't want to mess with you no more.
Okay.
They done with
Okay.
you because you lied by something so simple.
So let me run this by you then, Miss Men do all this lying and stuff. So
Women too.
you got the woman who's pregnant or had a kid.
He really want to make it a big point.
No,
Okay,
you ain't just
I'm
gonna
listening.
You ain't just
Okay.
gonna bash. I mean, listen.
I'm not
I'm with
bashing
you, I'm
y'all,
with you a
but
little bit. I'm with you on
This one is raggedy.
No, he trifling.
Okay, good.
But
okay,
I'm finna make
we
this
on that
point.
page. Okay, go ahead.
So the woman has a kid, and now it's like, well, wait a minute. The dude found out. Wait a minute. So you were sleeping with me and this other person and this other person. So out of respect, I just want to find out: is this really my child? What's the first thing the woman do? Don't you try. What's the first thing the woman does?
She get mad. Cause she's like, why are you questioning
So
me?
why are you getting mad? Because he got mad at her for going to the hospital.
Wait, tell that story again, because I wasn't listening to you really. I told you that.
You had the right answer. You know.
So I can't really.
Gonna tune me out.
Because I'm ready to respond to you.
Because you know I'm making sense
I'm
on
ready
that.
to get back to this story so I won't forget my
I just have
train
to
of
make
thought.
this point. What's the first thing if the woman has a child by
Right.
a guy,
Right.
and the guy finds out that she was sleeping with other guys around the same time, and he's like, "Well, hold up,
But were they in a relationship?
Is this kid really mine?" I'm just out of respect. I want to find out if you were sleeping with 2 or 3 different guys, including myself. I just want to know, is it really my child?
So was it?
And what's the first thing?
Wait.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter? Because
Because-
if y'all in a relationship and y'all got together
And you find out, and the guy find out.
before, like, so she was dating other guys or she was having sex with other guys?
She was having sex with other guys around the same time she was having sex with him. So now I'm like, okay.
How does he know that she was having sex with other guys?
When you find that out, people start talking.
So your boys was like, yo, homie.
Or maybe her girls. My point is,
Her girls better not do no mess like that.
quit trying to. Now you trying to change the narrative.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
You know what I'm talking about because
Okay.
these situations happen all the time. Just turn on TV and court and people's court and doggone it, Judge Judy and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Finally, the woman gets caught.
Okay.
And she has to admit, oh, well, no, it's yours. I'm the only one. And then, but my point is, they get mad when they find out that you were. I mean, I just want to find out if it's my kid or not.
Well, we feel insulted because we feel like you should know us, that we would know at the time that we conceived the baby.
But then you find out it wasn't yours.
Right.
It was somebody else's. Now
Right.
what? Now you busted.
Right.
Well, it was other. It's not right. It was. So look, I don't want to change the whole where we
Right.
at, but I had to make that point to you.
Because we do get mad when you take us there. But my thing is, I feel like not most women, because most women do be lying and saying they don't be doing stuff. But if you doing that, my thing, I know a lot of women that will be real. I have a friend that I could tell you about that situation. That's a whole nother podcast. And I'm going to ask her, can I tell it before I tell it? But she's in the same predicament,
Right.
but was real about her situation when she sat up there and told her dude it was somebody else. It's a possibility of somebody else's. She was just up front. So
Right.
you got some real ones out there.
Right.
Because she had a whole tribe telling her, I wouldn't even say nothing. Like, wait till the baby come. Like, but I mean, she did. Like, and that's the real stuff. Like, I don't know. Wait till you further along to make sure the baby gonna make it.
When you see that thing gonna be light skin or dark skin?
Right. Wait, one friend said, well, both of them kind of look alike. I just be quiet. That ain't right. Okay, back to the subject. That ain't right. But the fact of the matter is, the point I'm making on that story, she still was a real one and was honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
you know-
you still got some real ones to be like, you know what? No, I can't do that. I'm going to go and be
On both
honest,
sides.
even if it's going to hurt.
On both sides.
Okay. So back to what we saying about this man, how you didn't know for 2 years, all this stuff. My questions for you. I just want to make some statements. And the reason why I'm going to say this is because I think this is what I've applied to my life when it came to finding a man that's going to take care of me or me be with each other like that.
Right.
This man has no ambition whatsoever. I feel like a man that has any ambition, he would never be broke. He would never be unsuccessful. He will always find a way to be successful. And I just feel like he doesn't have that.
Right.
And my also conversation is, what did y'all talk about in those 2 years?
Yeah.
What was the conversation?
that's what I was gonna
How
ask.
did you not know that this man didn't have any ambition in his life?
Maybe she is.
And this is where I feel like that's
if
where
she's very career oriented and she's a go getter and she's
And
very
she
independent
is.
and she's very busy. She may has a very busy, active life. Maybe Their conversations were like
not
the
for
short
2
little
years.
pillow talk.
Not
right
for
before
2
they
years.
went.
Not for 2 years. You're not gonna tell me that because she got off days.
You right.
And he got plenty of them.
Right.
And even if he did go to work, he was only there for 3 hours. So they had plenty of time to talk about this stuff. And this is what I was saying prior to us getting on the podcast, is that I don't think people really understand to have these conversations when they're dating. Nobody's told their kids. Like, my goal is to always tell my girls, listen, when y'all are dating, you feel like it's getting serious. And this is pretty much once they're in college, heading out, because this is when they start having those real bona fide serious relationships. They want to move in together, play house, all that stuff. You need to be having some conversations with them.
Come on.
Hey, what are your religious goals? What do you believe? What are your religious beliefs? I said goals. It could be goals too, but beliefs. Y'all need to talk about that. Talk about how y'all gonna do
The
money,
tough
how you
conversations.
raise money, this is and that. When it comes to kids, what y'all gonna do? How would you discipline your kids? Do y'all agree how to discipline kids? All of these are real factors in real relationships and real marriages. Y'all should have had those conversations in those 2 years.
Preach.
I just don't understand that. And you need to understand that I'm going to tell you my last part and then I give you that other part. But wait, let me tell you what I feel in my mind.
Okay.
That I think that women want in relationships, and I feel like men do too. 2 things that I really, really think that is so important for us is to have love, to feel love,
Right.
and security.
Absolutely. That's a two-way street.
Right.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's both of us.
Respect, too.
Right. But the 2 main things is security. And that security is big.
Huge.
And security doesn't mean financial all the time.
Let me say something. Let me piggyback on what you just said.
Okay.
Even a woman that's strong, independent, career oriented, doing her thing, she can, she's that alpha woman that's like, man, listen, don't put me in a corner because I'm a woman and you're a guy. I can do your job. Probably I can do it better.
Dope.
That woman,
That part.
even that woman wants to feel loved
And secure.
and secured.
Yes.
I'm with you on that part, Dak.
Yes. And then this narrative of, because this day and age, we have men now saying, I'm not going to take care of no woman. That is such BS to me when you say those words. Because I almost feel like you should change your wording, some of you men, because I kind of think I know where you coming from when y'all say, I'm not going to sit up here and take care of no woman, this is and that. And I just feel like you don't want to be nobody's sugar daddy. So say that. Because you don't want to be somebody's sugar daddy.
Well,
but
I'm a man. I just want to reply to that real fast.
okay, yeah. No.
It just depends on what they want in their life. Like that man that I ain't gonna take care of no woman, he want to be the one in the streets all the time. He don't want to be locked down to nobody. He want to have all the flings, and
But we're not
he
talking
may
about
have
that.
his main girl,
Right, but we're not talking about that.
but that main girl is probably very insecure, but so he can kind of continue to play the game or whatever. But a real man is like, why wouldn't you want to take care of your woman? Like, why wouldn't you
I'm
want to
just
provide
going- right.
and do anything possible to make sure your woman is happy? And I know there's a term that's out there, happy wife, happy life. That's true. That is true. And because if you do it that way and you do it the right way, she gonna give it back to you because she's naturally, I don't care how
Yeah, I'm
bold
glad
she
you
is.
said it.
I don't care how
I'm
aggressive
glad
she
you
is.
said it.
I don't care. Deep down inside, this strong, bold woman is a little kitty cat. This beautiful little kitty cat that wants to be loved.
Say kitten
and-
or something like, Lord.
Now, I will say this: there are a handful, though.
Right. Listen. Okay, we
There
ain't
are
talking
a
about
handful.
But I'm talking about when you in a relationship, period, when y'all say you don't want to take care of someone else because you just don't want to be that person, I ain't going to be that simple. My thing is, it's give and take.
Yeah,
Because
come
if you
on.
take care of her, she's going to naturally take care of you. And one friend said this the other day, and I was like, ooh, and I hope I say it right. I might mess it up, but it's okay. She was like, the same way you plant a seed in me to give me a baby, whatever you plant in me is what I'm going to multiply. So if you plant bullshit in me, I'm multiplying bullshit back to
That's
you.
facts. That's facts.
That is some real shit right there.
That's the universe in general. That's
right.
life.
Right.
Whatever you put, the energy you put in the universe, you're gonna get that same energy right back
I
at you.
agree, but I need y'all men to understand something. Because y'all think y'all good, you plant a seed in me, because you can't have a baby. All you can do is plant that little egg, that little sperm little thing up in us.
Hold on now, don't just disrespect
No,
the egg.
I'm not disrespecting
the
it.
seed.
But
It's
what
the seed is the reason.
it is the reason.
Sure.
But we form that whole human being. We multiply that motherfucker. Do you? We multiply that mug to a whole human being.
Nah, I'm with you on
Do
that
you
now.
hear me?
I'm with you on that now.
Y'all come
But
with a
don't-
tadpole, and it's a good tadpole that we need to create this beautiful human being that we need.
That's a strong tadpole. Okay, that gotta,
Okay.
you gotta get on up in
Okay,
there.
but we pull out that human being. Do you hear me?
Right.
Meaning that's what we multiply. So when you say I don't want to take care of her, then you don't want your life multiplied with greatness.
Come on now, I'm with you on that.
That's all I'm trying to say. And the last thing I'm gonna end with, and I don't want to say shit else, go to the court and get you an annulment. Okay, bye.
You ain't no kind of therapy.
No, because you better than that. You writing this letter because you already understand you tired of the bullshit. You reading through all his shit. You found a doctor and a psychiatrist, meaning you smart. You understand. I'm not trying to do this shit no more. You already in your right mind, sweetheart. Go on and do it.
So my last words to the homie. Look, you obviously playing the game,
Too many.
and you want to find a girl that's gonna take care of you, and you don't want to do too much. And if you're really in that much pain, like you say you are, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Go show your girl if you really love her like that what you saying is really true. If not, go on somewhere with that. And y'all go ahead and do what she said. Just go ahead and go to the court office and say, man, we'll just be friends. And keep it moving.
Okay, girl, leave while you ahead. You don't even have no
He got to work. He
kids.
got to go to work now because he got kids.
Right, that's what.
Now he got to really go back to being a
right,
dad.
because for you about to start paying child support. Get out.
Hey, man, there it is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Perfect Pair Podcast. Hope you got something out of that.
And
the new and
learn.
improved Dr. Phyllis.
Okay.
Dr. Phyllis here.
I take it here.
Oh, Perfect Pair Podcast. Subscribe, download, and keep on watching and listening. Deuces!
Bye.